avoid danger. If you run the red light, you can and will be ticketed. Morning. How are you doing? Pull your vehicle up for me, please. Okay, that's good. What I wanted you to see is, if you look out of your window, you'll see some lines on the ground. These lines are sensors. They're traffic light sensors. Once the vibration from your engine stops over these lines, they would activate the light and cause the light to change quicker. See how fast your light change? All right, that's all. Thank you. Have a good day.
Once you know the rules of the road, you will see how easy they are to use. It also increases your chances of staying safe. No matter how skilled of a driver you are, it is a good idea to reflect on the basic of traffic safety from time to time, just to make sure that you are being careful enough to keep yourself, other drivers, and pedestrians as safe as possible. Safety is something the drivers should keep in mind at all times. Remember, driving is a full-time job. Pay attention.
Are you ready for the hardest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout. Sundays on the ZNet Television Network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, a local Haitian pastor is weighing in on the state of emergency declared by Haiti's government. And construction of the Central Abaco Hurricane and Community Shelter has hit roadblocks. Plus, ZNS Northern Service worships at a local church on Grand Bahama. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Azure Quant. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news this evening, Haiti's government has declared a 72-hour state of emergency following an incident on Sunday where armed gangs stormed a major prison facility. The brazen attack resulted in at least 12 fatalities and a mass jailbreak, with approximately 3,700 inmates escaping. Tonight, a local Haitian pastor, is sharing his thoughts on the underlying causes behind the rampant chaos gripping his hometown. Romiko Knowles fills us in.
There is a invisible hands behind everything you see happening in Haiti.
On Sunday, March 3, 2024, chaos unfolded in the capital of Haiti as armed assailants overwhelmed security forces, breaching the prison walls and unleashing a wave of violence and chaos. The scale of the escape is unprecedented in Haiti's history, posing significant challenges to law enforcement efforts and public safety. In response, Bahamas Air has suspended all flights to Haiti, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has recalled 5 diplomatic staff members. Local Haitian pastor Abner Mewes, reflecting on the state of his homeland, suggests deeper underlying issues beyond the surface appearances.
But Haitian people longing for leader. When you're longing for leader and there is no leader who capable to lead, you are destroyed. The problem the Haitian people have with this leader, he just sit on the chair, he do not make no decision. The people are perish. The person they put in the chair as a leader do not take action.
Amidst the turmoil, reports indicate that gang leaders are demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Ariel Henry, whose whereabouts remain unknown. The cause of Haiti's prolonged chaos is being called into question. What exactly do Haitians want?
I am very happy to answer you today, and I want the world to understand the Haitian people looking for freedom. They are never free. From 1804 till now, they are never free. They just take the chain from their legs and their hands and they put it in their heads. They are never free. The mind still in bondage.
That freedom, he believes, will come only through the law of God.
Blessed he who keeps the law, or happy he who keeps the law. So the law have to keep. Don't let nobody try to offer you money to remove the law of God in your country. The moment you deal with this, you finish. That's what happened now.
That's what you're saying is happening. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Switching gears now, late January brought a significant development for a local restaurant owner and by extension the country after the U.S. Department of State issued a Level 2 travel advisory, warning tourists to exercise increased caution when visiting Grand Bahama and New Providence due to an increase in crimes. Well, a business owner on the island is expressing that despite the challenges faced in this tough first quarter, he sees encouraging signs of business rebounding. Raven Davis has that story.
What I saw on CNN and all the foreign news channels, I said, boy, we are mashed up. I don't know if we can ever recover from this.
Those were the sentiments of Blue Dinghy President Almondo Talbot after he says he learned of a Level 2 U.S. travel advisory issued particularly for Nassau and Freeport in late January. Despite the hurdles, though, he says business is picking up.
We had some setbacks. And some setbacks were things that was not pleasant for tourism in Grand Bahama, which has done a great disservice to our industry here in the island of Freeport. But by the help of Almighty God, it's appeared to me that like we are overcoming it.
Well, Talbot says the bad press this island continued to receive, particularly following an alleged incident at a beach right here in Freeport, caused a major drop-off in business that was almost immediate.
First 2 weeks, it greatly did impact on our business because a lot of people, they came on the ships, the counts were still up, but when they come to the docks, they just wasn't moving off the docks. They just stayed put. And so but I had to go down there and assure them, look here, it's 100% safe here in Freeport. It's more safer in Freeport to come to Blue Dinghy and what it is to be on that cruise ship.
Talbot emphasizes that amid the industry-wide impact, taxi drivers bore the brunt. However, he sees a silver lining, deeming the challenges a blessing in disguise.
And wake up a lot of people to say how important our visitors is to us. And so a lot of people who's taken things for granted, once they see those 2 weeks with everything stopped and they couldn't get no money going home, then everybody comes and say, boy, look here, tourism very important. We got to take care of this thing better than what we're doing. So it's like a wake-up call for us here in Freeport.
And about 1 month post-advisory, the Ministry of Tourism launched the Tourism is Everybody's Business campaign to engage Bahamians and counter negative perceptions on the country. This move, according to the president, appears to be effective.
The perception is changing. We have seen a great change within the last couple of weeks or so. Credence to the Deputy Prime Minister for what he has been doing and how he's handling it. And so hopefully, with the work that he is doing, hopefully it will continue to grow and get back to where it was before all of this happened.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thank you, Raven. Well, in other news, construction of the hurricane and community shelter in Central Abaco has hit roadblocks, prompting officials to announce a delay in its completion until November. Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, John Pinder, telling our ZNS News team that the setback is attributed to infrastructural challenges, while drawing attention to the project's oversight and expenditure of taxpayer funds by the former administration. Ramiko Knowles has the details in this report.
A contract was signed for the building of Central Abaco's hurricane and community shelter under the former administration. Member of Parliament for South and Central Abaco, John Pinder, says when the Davis administration took office, a new contractor was brought in to complete the project. However, issues surfaced when the new contractor assessed the building.
They realized that none of the foundation was done properly, that there were sinkholes under the foundation, it wasn't compacted, there was organic debris under there, and so on and so forth. So over $1 million was spent, and it was not adequate to build upon.
But there is some good news. The facility is expected to be a prototype for the future design and construction of shelters in the country, able to withstand winds up to 250 miles per hour. The MP says despite the delay, the shelter can be used at the onset of the 2024 hurricane season.
The contractor did what they had to do. They have rectified the problem. They have fixed a firm hurricane-resistant foundation, and they are going up with walls. So we are now on track to have it completely finished by, I believe they said October, November.
However, concerns loom over the expenditure of taxpayer funds. Pinder revealed that $1 million had been spent by the Disaster Reconstruction Authority under the former administration. This expenditure is viewed unfavorably, particularly considering the subsequent need for corrections by the new contractor.
And I'm sorry that the previous DRA had to spend $1 million of taxpayer money that did nothing.
According to Pinder, an ongoing investigation by the DRA under the current administration could bring to light the challenges and discrepancies surrounding the project's execution and tax dollars spent. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Well, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas Northern Service participated in a host of events over the weekend. It started out with the official relaunch at the Grand Lucine Resort on Friday night. Then on to Saturday, management as well as employees participated in a one-day training conclave. And the weekend of events closed out at the Jubilee Cathedral with morning worship. Christine Pinder reports.
Executive team from the Northern Services and employees assembled at Jubilee Cathedral to give God thanks for his many blessings on the company.
Let's give them a round of applause for the work that they're doing, because many times we forget to recognize those who are making a contribution. And we say thank you for continuing to make the contribution that you all are making.
Bishop Godfrey Williams petitioned God's throne for a special covering.
I pray right now, oh God, as you continue to give them the insight, the foresight, the knowledge that they need as they help to advance the kingdom of God.
Pastor Williams paused to salute the staff for the professional way the news team cover their assignments.
I believe that there are some people in here under the sound of my voice that God has assigned you for a particular assignment in this day and time, that you have to be refreshed, you have to be renewed, and you have to be refocused.
Additionally, Pastor Williams pointed out that 2 years ago, Jubilee Cathedral recognized a couple of staff members, and already plans are afoot for another this year.
And also, too, this coming year on April 12, we will be honoring another great individual in the person of Shashina. Let's thank God for her.
While Minister of Social Services, Broadcasting and Information, the Honorable Miles LaRota, enjoyed the service, he praised the leadership team in the North.
I would be remiss if I was to go back to Nassau and was on a podium and did not salute the great work that they're doing for ZNS and all of the staff members, because we are all of one family, but the North hold theirs down, from sports to programming. And I just thought that if given the opportunity, we came down here for the relaunch, but I just wanted to acknowledge and to thank those staff members of ZNS in the North for the great work that they're doing. All of them, just please give them a hand.
Executive Chairman Picewell Forbes was a man of few words.
It was a song to praise him could have sung. We've been that song because your father, the illustrious pastor, so endorsed us. You know my name. And you know my name. I leave it there. He knows that, and that's his name.
General Manager Mr. Clint Watson pledged his commitment in song.
The Lord, we will do his work in this nation. We will bring transformation and healing. We will lift the hearts of the people. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Christine Pender.
We will love our brothers and our sisters.
The inaugural Freeport Fashion Week is set to take center stage this weekend. That story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Lights, camera, action. Restoring the magic from East End to West End of Grand Bahama, we proudly present Freeport Fashion Week. Expect chic and elegant fashion displayed by incredible talent by Grand Bahama fashion giants and few upcoming designers. Come and experience Freeport's vibrant fashion scene. Get ready for a stunning runway show and stylish events that showcases our unique style, culture, and creativity when artists and designers come together to create the magic. Freeport Fashion Week beginning March 8th. Expect the unexpected.
ZNS Northern Service brings you to a new series highlighting the remarkable achievements of students from across the Northern Bahamas.
I just walked the hall and say, "Excuse me, Miss Cooper, can you please say that again?" And then she just have to read everything over and then she get everything correct.
Beyond accolades, we honor those students who have faced adversity head-on, demonstrating resilience and determination on their path to success. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Get ready to be inspired by the stellar students of the North this and every Wednesday.
Your #1 news team covering the North. Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The inaugural Freeport Fashion Week is set to take center stage this weekend, providing a platform for Grand Bahamian talent. Through a dazzling showcase of hats, clothing, jewelry, and bags, this event unites and spotlights local designers, encouraging them to embrace creativity and entrepreneurship.
It's about championing skills and craftsmanship like sewing and straw work. That is why it's so important for us to support BTVI. We want to help nurture our future designers so they may become Grand Bahama style ambassadors of the future. So 100% of the funds we collect from merchandise will be given to BTVI Freeport branch.
So Friday will be the opening of Freeport Fashion Week, which was scheduled to take place at the Stone Crab at 7:00 p.m. sharp. On Saturday, we have Fashion Conversation. We have the top surgeon that is coming to town to tell us some tip-top secrets. On Sunday, we have the Rip the Runway competition. We have 5 talented local designers that are going to take the stage.
So my collection is the Outdoor collection. And as I mentioned before, this collection is very significant to me. It entails a lot of emotions. I have 7 pieces to show, some surprise models, and I'm really excited about it.
The 3-day event is being sponsored by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. The launch, which is an invite-only event, will be held on Friday at the Stoned Crab Restaurant, while the remaining events slated for Saturday and Sunday are being hosted at the Grand Lucayan.
Grand Bahama is home to many talented and creative individuals, which is why we have decided to sponsor a 3-day event highlighting our licensees and local designers while encouraging future designers and licensees.
When I renovated the Stone Crab Restaurant, I wanted to give a platform because I know the Bahamas has, and especially this island, has all these women that love to show off their dresses. We're going to have an amazing event on Friday with a red carpet. We're going to have fireworks. We're going to have a big party after the runway show.
Tickets are available at Printmasters. Well, 4 legendary Bahamian artists are set to be recognized for loaning their resounding voices to the Bahamian music scene. Set to be held under the patronage of the former Governor General of the Bahamas, His Excellency Cornelius A. Smith. Organizers say it is all about giving them their roses while they can smell them. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
It's expected to be a night of honor as music legends Phil Stubbs, Wilfred Solomon, Apostle Washington Williams, and Jay Mitchell will be recognized for their timeless contributions to the Bahamian music industry. In his heyday, Solomon and his band, the Magnetics, produced hits such as Talking Fool, Andros Island, and many others. He also spent years gracing the stages of events held by the Ministry of Tourism, both on the local and national platform.
It give you a great feeling to see that not just here in Grand Bahama or the Bahamas, but somewhere the world will be looking at you and saying what you have accomplished or what you've achieved.
And who wouldn't recognize the legendary sound of Phil Stubbs, who blessed our ears with hits like West End Move, Bonefish Foley, and many others this one story cannot contain.
He just wanted to thank the Christian community for recognizing him as a cultural and a Christian believer who is going to give his appreciation.
Recognized as someone who mirrored the legendary James Brown as a performer, Jay Mitchell got his start with his godfather, Gil Robinson, and performed in many of the major nightclubs back in the day.
At this time and this age, I'm very thankful, very grateful to God, because all good gifts, good things comes from God. I am very grateful.
And as one of the stellar voices in gospel who formed the Cooling Waters, Apostle Williams' talent made room for him to perform in front of many prominent faces and receive many awards.
I am very thankful to Bishop Houghton for giving me this opportunity to receive such an award.
Now on March 17th, these 4 extraordinary voices will receive their just due in front of many at the New Life Worship Center.
At this event, we don't just want to give them some medal. We want to do something that's tangible. So we are making this plea to the wider community to support this event that's going to take place.
These are great Bahamians, and too often we crowd church halls when people are dead. These are living legends, and we ask for the public support.
The event is expected to kick off at 6 o'clock p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Great report there, Shane. Congratulations to those music legends. Well, 13 schools across the primary, junior, and senior levels put on a pretty innovative display of projects during the 2024 SECME Science Fair held at the St. George's Gymnasium. Inventions was this year's theme, used to spark the young minds to bring their A-games to the showroom floor. President of the Northern Bahamas SECME organization, Olivia Roll, is hopeful that even more schools will be more engaged, as this science fair served as a reminder of how technology plays a huge role in the world evolving.
These headphones and camera, everything you're using now, someone invented it. Today we see students have a lot of different projects involving electricity, hydraulics. We even have an astronaut out here. So science is everywhere, and everything we use was invented by someone. So I would hope to see a lot more schools coming on just to participate so students can get this hands-on experience and even maybe find an interest in the STEM field.
In its 4th installment, Acting Deputy Director in the Ministry of Education, Michelle Bolag, was especially pleased with how the students showed their intellect through their displays, showing a keen understanding of how science works. It's an indication that Grand Bahama and the country are in good hands.
It gives me great hope to know that our young people are so engaged, because they are our future, and we are depending on them to propel and carry this Bahamas even further. And for what I'm seeing here today, visiting the booths and all of that, And not only that, having the young persons be able to explain whether it was airplane, whether it was hydraulics, they were able to share, and their communication skills was really, really on point. So today is a wonderful day in Grand Bahama.
Island Dish, in collaboration with Shockwave Entertainment, taking a generous step by giving back at the Urban Renewal Community Center in Pine Ridge. Their initiative involved engaging with young boys and girls in the community, providing encouragement and imparting valuable lessons on community involvement.
I spoke to the young ladies about the importance of personal branding and also making sure that you plan for the future at even the youngest age of being in grade 6. I really hope that they took away not just that there are opportunities here in the country, but that all is not lost about being in the Bahamas and also giving back to your community, because it all starts with us helping each other. I really told the young ladies that it's not just about you making it out of your situation, but helping those around you make it out of their situation. So that's why we're here to talk about our experiences, what we're doing with our lives now as young adults, and how we're giving back to make our country a better place.
Founder of Shockwave Entertainment, Eugene McMinns, focused on mentoring the young boys, using football as a tool to instill discipline. As he says, it is an inclusive avenue for personal development.
Place where there's a position for everybody to be on the football field, and then there's always going to be a place for that kid, like when it comes to playing football. And I feel like programs like this really helped a lot of troubled youth kind of rise and be better citizens. And
the duo vows to utilize their life journeys and personal experiences to contribute positively to the community. Don't go away, the latest in sports and your local weather forecast is up next.
Celebrate Easter weekend at Portobello's Restaurant by the Grand Lacayan. Children 5 to 12 years are half price, and children under 5 eat free. Dinner buffet on Good Friday, and all-you-can-eat Easter Sunday brunch. See you there.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Have questions for Grand Bahama Power Company? Get insights and answers to the power concern every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in and power up your knowledge with Ask GBPC.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. It is the final day of the Fidelity Bank Track and Field Championship at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Who will walk away as the winners in the senior and junior division? Let's head to the track. In the Bantam Girls 4x1 relay, the Tabernacle Falcons cruised to a first place finish ahead of the competition. Now in the boys Bantam relay, the Falcons followed up with a clean sweep to win the 4x1 relay. Moving up onto the under-15 girls relay, BMES Warriors got off to a fast start and never looked back to claim the first place in the relay. However, in the boys under-15 relay, the Falcons stormed to a first place finish overall to continue their dominance on the final day. Next was the under-17 girls relay. Tabernacle Falcons won both the under-17 girls and boys relay to add more points to their win total, closing out on the overall title. The The final 4x1s came in the under-20 girls relay. BMS Lady Warriors exploded out of the blocks and held on to win the 4x1 relay with an impressive time. Now on the boys' side, the Tabernacle Falcons led by Aiden Kelly, Quentin Gordon Jr. and Parker was just too much for the competition as they cruised on to a first-place finish. Up next was the hurdles event where Jack Hayward Jr. dominated the junior division while Tabernacle made some grounds in the senior category. Following that was the final events of the evening, the 4x4 Bantam Girls Relay. The Tabernacle Falcons was once again victorious in that event. Next on the track was the Bantam Boys 4x4 Relay, where Jack Hayward Jr. took first place in the quarter-mile relay. In the under-15 Girls 4x4 Relay, it was all Tabernacle winning the gold in this one. And the under-20 Boys winner in the final race of the day was the Tabernacle Falcons once again. When it was all said and done after 5 days of competition, it was Jack Hayward Junior Stars that won the junior division for the second consecutive year with 528.5 points.
My students, they were awesome. They came out when you called practice and they worked and they came out on this track and they showed what they practiced, what they came forth with. They really did. So all hats off to these beautiful young children here.
In the senior division, the Tabernacle Falcons took this one to win their 11th consecutive title at Island Sports.
Our students this year have been awesome. Everybody pitched in. They knew what we wanted to do. So all of the hard work finally paid off. We really put in a lot of work.
And that is a wrap for the 2024 Fidelity Bank High School Track and Field Island Sports Championship. Reporting from the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
And here's your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Austin, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We wish you a special happy birthday. Thank you always for your support. And that's going to do it tonight for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire Northern Edition team, I'm Azure Quant. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, urgent action for Haiti. Defendant's charges dropped, putting your best foot forward, and in sports, Caribbean competitors set to dive in. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. As renewed tension erupts in Haiti, officials are shoring up defenses here at home while also looking to advance efforts to render much-needed international support to the Haitian people. Cleopatra Murphy has the latest from the Minister of National Security.
The Bahamas is bracing to protect its own borders in light of Haiti Sunday declaring a 72-hour state of emergency after Haitian gangs stormed 2 prisons, leading to multiple deaths and the escape of more than 300 prisoners. As violence escalates as well as attacks on Haitian citizenry, Minister of National Security the Honorable Wayne Monroe says the Bahamas remains committed to assisting with the unrest in the embattled country, after pledging some 150 troops to help restore peace.
Our current offer is to do the same thing, train their Coast Guard, and in terms of providing maritime security, to project the patrols that we carry out in the southern Bahamas, nearer to Haiti, off the coast of Haiti, to search vessels for contraband going in, and to turn back vessels with human smuggling and migrant smuggling coming out. And so you would look at the same thing that the Defense Force does in the southern Bahamas, only then closer to Haiti, so it wouldn't involve necessarily transporting them to the Bahamas and then repatriating them. It would involve turning them around and sending them back to
His comments come after Commodore of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Raymond King revealed that the RBDF is set to create a blockade in the southern Bahamas in response to deteriorating conditions in Haiti. Amid the ongoing turmoil and social unrest plaguing that country, the Minister of National Security says the Bahamas has good reason to be concerned.
What is happening in Haiti underlines why Haiti is a concern for the Bahamas, why what happens in Haiti affects our national security interests. We're all concerned, of course, about outflows now from Haiti to surrounding areas, inclusive of criminals who would have escaped from their prisons. This was always a possibility, so that's always a reason why we in the Bahamas have to be concerned about what is happening in Haiti for our own selfish reasons.
Monroe believes Bahamian intervention is necessary in the interest of the Bahamas' national security. But as for how soon the Bahamas will begin its deployment, Monroe says that is still up in the air.
Some may argue that it's in our interest now to send our vessels closer to Haiti, as the Coast Guard has some vessels in the area to turn people around. That is not something that a decision has been made on yet. We still hope to coordinate with CARICOM, and if Kenya leads the mission, the Kenyans, in providing that maritime security part of the whole security apparatus for returning peace to Haiti.
As they await deployment, Monroe says some Bahamian infantry officers and Marines are eager to actually be on the ground in Haiti. But in all likelihood, when the time comes, they will actually serve as protection forces on the vessels. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Meantime, CARICOM Chair, Guyana Prime Minister Dr. Mohamed Afan Ali issuing a brief statement. In light of Haiti's deteriorating situation on the ground, a key focal point during the body's discussions last week.
The expanded bureau has been meeting separately with Prime Minister Henry, the stakeholders in Haiti, and our international partners to bring resolution to this highly complex matter, where persons' lives and livelihoods are at stake. The complexity requires us in these consultations to ensure that a Haitian-led and Haitian-owned solution may be achieved as soon as possible.
The United Nations also closely monitoring Haiti's turmoil, and so much so that the Security Council is scheduled to hold a private meeting on that very issue tomorrow. That according to the Secretary General's spokesperson, who also revealed during today's press briefing that the World Food Programme and its partners have delivered some 5,500 hot meals to some 3,000 people living in the 3 new displacement sites, while the International Organization for Migration has started distributing emergency shelter material to more than 300 families. The humanitarian community in Haiti calls for an immediate stop to the violence, to allow safe access to the people in need, and respect human rights and humanitarian norms and standards. UN stats show that some 5.5 million people, nearly half of the country's population, need humanitarian assistance. This year's $674 million humanitarian appeal for Haiti is just 2.5% funded, meaning it had received only $17 million. The UN Secretary General underscores calls for urgent action in Haiti, particularly in providing financial support for the multinational security support mission, which is not a UN peacekeeping force. Well, a major development in the court case involving Long Island Member of Parliament Adrian Gibson and the case's other defendants. Joining us in studio, our Lloyd Allen shares more.
Well, good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. The Crown has officially dropped charges against Rashay Gibson, the cousin of Long Island Member of Parliament Adrian Gibson, one of several defendants in an ongoing trial. In a shocking turn of events, Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson noted that in recent days, Gibson had submitted a report to police. That decision prompting the prosecution to submit a nolle prosequi, essentially dismissing charges against that defendant. Since its start last May, the case has drawn testimony from a number of witnesses, including former Public Works Minister Desmond Bannister and former Water and Sewage Chairman Sylvanus Petty. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Meantime, the man police are convinced is behind a January 31st hit and run that eventually ended the life of a police inspector here in the capital today appeared before a magistrate. Charged with vehicular manslaughter is 41-year-old Raymond Forbes of Number 5 Refuge Court. According to court dockets, Forbes was driving his vehicle recklessly north along Milo Butler Highway when he caused the death of Inspector Tomas McIntosh. Critically injured during the routine traffic stop, 33-year-old McIntosh was taken off life support about a week later. Fast forward to this morning, and the accused was granted $10,000 bail, and that's in keeping with amendments to the Road Traffic Act. A voluntary bill of indictment is set for June 24th. 9 witnesses appear on the docket. Well, it's something that probably makes a lot of parents and perhaps many more drivers cringe to know. Each year, hundreds, probably thousands of teenagers become drivers on our streets. The truth is, many of them are often unlicensed, uninsured, and sadly, unprepared for this very serious yet liberating rite of passage. That's why, as part of Police Month, the Road Traffic Division of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, along with the Road Traffic Department, will be making stops at high schools all across New Providence, speaking to high school seniors about the importance of them acquiring driver's permits and licenses. Assistant Superintendent Demetria Capron is leading the force's effort, which started today at the C.I. Gibson Senior High School. Capron says teens are also being cautioned that it is unlawful to drive without having these documents.
The reality is the graduating class of 2024 is the next generation of drivers and motorists. And so we want to take a proactive approach and start to educate them at an early age. The reality is they are going to be out of school in the next coming weeks, and they will enter the workforce or they will be going to university. So we want to train them on the proper way to get their learner's permit, to get their driver's license. The benefits of having it and the penalties without having it. And so that is why we are here today.
Principal Chavez Rutherford is happy the campaign kicked off at her school. She says many of her students are already drivers and many are eager as well to get on the road. So adding them in with this kind of information is invaluable.
So we want to get to those students that are at the age where they can get a driver's permit as well as a driver's license to let them know that there's a procedure. It's not, I'm old enough, I can drive my mother or my father's car, but we want them to get the correct procedures so that they know that it's a test involved, that they can, get a proper driver's license the right way, because we know that there are a lot of people that are actually driving on the streets without licenses.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by FoCall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they're on sale, Max bought things neither he nor his friend really needed. Hungry for deals? Come to KFC to satisfy your hunger before doing something crazy. Our new 6-piece value deal is packed with 6 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for just $20. You work hard for your money. Get the biggest bang for your taste buds. Satisfy your taste buds with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Colina Insurance Limited is Bahamian and proud. We celebrate the accomplishments of women across the Bahamas, everywhere they shine. At Colina, we are passionate about fostering an inclusive workplace where diversity is valued and embraced. Our workforce is comprised of 81% women. Join us today and every day as we inspire inclusion and create a brighter, more equitable future for all. Happy International Women's Day.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you? We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Get to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
A significant event called All About the Beans recently took place at the U.S. Ambassador's residence, aiming to promote healthier lifestyles and sustainable food choices among Bahamians. This gathering emphasized the versatility and nutritional advantages of beans, with the goal of encouraging individuals to embrace a plant-based diet.
I think it was a very personal event for me. I've been through a lot in the last few years. I'm thinking about both global issues and also really close micro issues like dietary issues and how they're all interconnected. And so I think this event was the culmination of all that thinking about the environment, the way we eat, the foods we eat. The thing we have to remember is that there's actually a really large community in the Bahamas of people who care about these issues and understand the intersection between the environment and the way we eat, our diet. And so we had all those people here tonight. The chefs, the environmentalists, the food scientists, the vegans, all of us, we were all here tonight.
U.S. Charge d'Affaires Usha Pitts also addressed the audience, highlighting the economic benefits of going vegan.
Beans and other staples of a plant-based diet are good for your body, they are good for the environment, and they are good for your wallet, which is something I definitely wanted to talk about tonight, your wallets. Because I keep hearing people say that it's expensive to eat fruits and vegetables, which I frankly do not understand. Adults need about 6 to 8 ounces of protein a day, which is between 1.5 and 2 cups of cooked beans. So you tell me, what is more expensive, a steak or 2 cups of beans? What is more expensive, a chicken breast or 2 cups of beans?
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell also gave remarks.
As Bahamians, we are very emotional about our food. It ties into who we are through our culture. However, the world is changing rapidly. And so, we need to eat not just to fill our bellies, but to make sure that we live long and healthy lives. We must learn to take full responsibility for our health and the health of our loved ones by choosing to eat locally sourced ingredients. We are not only supporting our local farmers, chefs, and entrepreneurs, but we are reducing our carbon footprint.
And a few attendees expressed their excitement about this event and the initiative behind it.
Amazing. I think it's like such a timely and super relevant event. Talking about something that's just super important is our health, and just really highlighting that at the end of the day, we're not going to be as strong as we can be as a country if we're not eating well.
Agriculture and the Ministry of Health are tied at the hip joint. And so as we begin to speak about health and wellness, we must learn about nutrition and focus on plant-based nutrition. We all know from the studies and the evidence-based analysis that plant-based nutrition is a key element in prevention of many diseases. So this event today is definitely, I think, an excellent event, and it's good that we are a part of all of the restaurants, all of the farmers who are focusing on organic products that Bahamians can tap into to ensure that they remain healthy and they have a better quality of life.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
There's a time change to start roadworks in eastern New Providence tomorrow. The Ministry of Works initially announced that paving was scheduled to begin at 7:30 a.m. on Johnson Road, heading east, ending at the Foxhill roundabout until 3:30 p.m. Now, that information apparently did not sit well with residents and businesses. Works Minister, the Honourable Clay Sweeting, heard the concerns and confirmed that the exercise will now begin at 9 a.m.
We understand that this may be painful for a little while, but in around 2 weeks you'll have a new paved road in Eastern Road, and this is just a strategic approach to paving a lot of roads in New Providence. We announced that we'll be paving over 50 miles of road this year, the following year, and the year after that. So this is a $98 million project throughout New Providence.
They are among the things we rely on most, but probably give the least attention, our feet. And when it comes to proper foot health care, it's safe to say we have been tiptoeing around the issue. This week, though, as Corval Pyfrom tells us, our feet are getting their proper attention.
With alarming rates of persons with both type 1 and 2 forms of diabetes in the Bahamas, it's scary to think that for a disease known to affect certain limbs, mainly the feet, that there are only 4 podiatrists in country. But perhaps more daunting is how little we seem to know about proper foot health care.
I think the lack of knowledge of podiatry is also something that we've seen here, but that's something that we hope to change as we move through the years.
This is Dr. Shanika Hill, Associate Dean of Clinical Education at Barry University's School of Podiatric Medicine. For the past 3 years, she's been bringing a team of medical professionals to the Bahamas to provide foot health care services, inclusive of treatments and surgeries to countless patients in need of help and uncertain where to go.
Again, there are only 4 podiatrists in the entire country, so some diabetics, some folks with, severe deformities, flat feet, have never seen a podiatrist. So they come to us that first day and they're like, oh, I never knew this. So we're able to educate them, we're able to give them some care, and we're able to forward them to the podiatrist in the local area.
A team of 50 healthcare professionals from Barry will be here all week long, offering their services in podiatric medicine to patients at a number of public clinics across New Providence. On Wednesday, the team will be in Grand Bahama, and then on Thursday in New Providence at the geriatric clinic.
Yesterday, we saw a countless number of patients who were diabetic, but not just diabetic, but uncontrolled diabetic, who came in with blood sugars of more than 300, and that is significant. That is going to cause some complications for their feet down the line.
As for what simple, immediate steps you can take to better protect your foot health, Dr. Hill offers these basic tips.
Being able to monitor the feet closely, having them looked at, cutting the nails appropriately, and addressing the skin in terms of dryness and hygiene.
Protecting your feet proving to be a vital step in improving overall health. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
In other news, aviation stakeholders turning out for a symposium at the Baha Mar Resort to advance the industry's 3-year National Aviation Strategic Plan. The theme for this year's meeting, 2024, our year of innovation, acceleration, and execution. Director of Aviation and Deputy Director General of Tourism, Kenneth Romer, shares what the industry hopes to accomplish.
What we thought it prudent to do was take bite-sized portions of that plan and give a focus to 2024. And so it speaks again about what we seek to achieve, actionable items this year that we should be held accountable, collectively accountable for. We spoke about how do we improve airport infrastructure. So you will see that the government has really given some attention on how we address the state of our airport infrastructure this year, the airports that have been prioritized, again, for development. But we spoke at length about the development of human capital. This has been a personal passion of mine. I believe the people, more than projects, will drive our success this year.
Increasing airlift and getting more heads in beds. Romer says strategic partnerships will also be key to advancing growth in the sector.
We spoke at length about this whole thrust towards strategic partnerships. How do we look at those who would have been retired? How do we bring them back to mentor the new generation of aviation stakeholders? And how do we really drive greater accountability and financial resilience? Developing sound business plans for all of our aviation agencies. How do we move towards financial resilience? How do we promote greater accountability across the length and the breadth of our aviation stakeholders? So this was really a coming together of minds. It was not haphazard. This is the unveiling of a plan, but our stakeholders got together and collectively we contributed towards what this plan looked like.
International Women's Day this coming Friday, but all month long we will be highlighting the significant contributions made by women in aviation. Tonight, LaDawn Davis introduces us to a woman at the helm of the Aviation Operators Committee.
To put it short, it's the official voice of the airlines.
Since November of last year, head of the Aviation Operators Committee, Elaine Foster, has been soaring to higher heights, ensuring that airline workers are able to work in a conducive environment that promotes camaraderie and productivity.
Like just the other day, we've been saddled over and over with a bag belt issue here at the airport, where the bag belt consistently breaks down. So we consistently, in dialogue, conversations with the airport regarding the bag belt system.
From flight sales representative to now general manager of United Airlines, Elaine says she stands on the shoulders of some great men and women.
Right now I'm standing on shoulders of pioneers of the aviation industry. When I first started out at Eastern, I had people like Tony Brown, Mark Green. They really pushed me to be the best me. And then there was Pan Am, and my predecessor for United Airlines, Barbara Chung, I would have worked with her along with Pan American. And then as well, also when I transitioned into American Airlines.
The nearly 40-year aviation veteran and world traveler says it's risky business to fly in the skies, but hearing the positive reviews from frequent flyers makes it all worth it.
One thing, when you're in this industry, you cannot plan your evenings, because you think you're coming to work for 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever time it is, and bang, you have a cancellation, you have a delay. So you can never ever plan your afternoons. But I love it.
Elaine plans to retire, but before running out of fuel and hanging up her badge, she shared this advice to those still climbing the ladder.
Whatever you set your mind to achieve, you can do it. Because I never thought I would have been sitting in this chair. But I just kept going, and I kept going, and I gave it my all and all.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, from the air, we go to the seas. The Nassau Cruise Port cementing its reputation as the busiest cruise port in the world. The luxury cruise brand Sea Cloud Spirit made its inaugural port call yesterday, officially welcoming it. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper. Sea Cloud representatives even presented with a plaque to commemorate the voyage. The vessel's sailing round trip from Nassau on an immersive Bahamas experience, including calls to ports in the Exumas and Eleuthera. Well, a grand celebration for the country's Junkanoo champions. Samajal Knowles tells us about Calic's Victory Fest.
There was one big celebration in Smugglers Square in downtown Nassau this past Saturday when Calic threw a victory fest for the back-to-back Junkanoo champions, the Saxon Superstars. Questwell Ferguson, Senior Portfolio Manager of Commonwealth Brewery Limited, tells us all about it.
So as the Bay of the Bahamas, everything that we do is built on 4 pillars: conservation, culture, connection, and the cowbell. So tonight is us just bringing that cowbell pillar to life. So Calic as a brand donates $250,000 annually to Junkanoo, and we want to make sure that what we do isn't just passive. So we want to bring the celebration because, again, Calic is the bear that we toast to connect across our 700 islands and keys.
There was something extra special about this event, especially for the Saxon Superstars.
So for this event, 75% of the gate proceeds tonight will go back to the Saxons. So we're not hosting this event as a cash grab, right? The money that we collect tonight, 75% of it will go back to the Saxons. But it is a massive undertaking with our investment, with the movie group, who are creating an amazing spectacle tonight. We're going to be featuring KB, D-Mac, Nishi Ellis, and Elkin 360. So Calic, the Bear of the Bahamas, doing it big for sure.
Toby Austin, the chairman of the Saxons, tells us why this evening is so meaningful for the group.
Anytime we have opportunity to come back and come together as Junkanoo, especially as Saxons and our fans, because it's the truth be told, on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, the fans don't really get to be involved because it's so personal in terms of the group and execution. So they only get to buy a ticket and come and watch and give us their support. But on night like tonight, where they can come out and touch me and feel me and be close to the leadership and the group members.
Mr. Austin reminds us how deep the ties go between the Saxons and Calic.
Every time I have opportunity, I always want to pick up Calic because, they've been part of me in Junkanoo now for the last, I wouldn't even tell you how much years now. So they always been, a friend to Junkanoo, right? And then, because of COVID, we wasn't able to celebrate for the last couple of years. But now the party's back, right? Where the winners of the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parade, they normally have a victory party. But get the Sox to win 2 straight, then we get the party by ourselves tonight. But we always want to thank Calic for what they do for Junkanoo. They're a major stakeholder in Junkanoo.
Questwell Ferguson sharing Calic's vision for the future of Bahamian culture beyond the glitter of last Saturday night.
So the only goal we have is to support the sustenance and the evolution of Bahamian culture. So we try to keep connected with our stakeholders like the Saxons, who are back-to-back champions, but everything that we do is going to be even bigger and even better. So last year we introduced our own augmented reality featuring Vola, who is our icon, our last icon at the end, showcasing his dance moves, the history of his cape, the history of the Saxons. So we want to do as much as we can to celebrate the past, the present, and the future of Junkanoo and Bahamian culture at large.
For more on the Calic Victory Fest, be sure to check out ZNS social media. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Oh, we still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, we'll give you an update as to whether or not those facilities will be ready for major competition. That's just ahead in sports.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
For more than 30 years, the Bahamas Bridal Show has prepared thousands of brides and grooms for the walk down the aisles. On Sunday, April 7th, that tradition continues when the Grand Ballroom at Bahama is transformed into the ultimate wedding experience. Featuring a fashion show by Buttons Bridal and Formal Wear, $30,000 in prizes, savings on wedding expenses, and the most wonderful displays you'll ever see. Tickets $60. Call 327-8896 or visit bahamasevents.net for details.
Life's twists, turns, and defining moments. RBC is available for all of you.
It's time to start a cooperative business today. All you need is a business plan, a set of cooperative bylaws, $25 and an application form, and 10 persons who believe in the same vision. For more information on starting a cooperative, call 397-7400, extension 7443, 6551, 6553, and 6577. The Department of Cooperative Development. Develop, facilitate, regulate.
Incredible. It combines two unique styles and has a base with an exquisite texture. So delicious.
A cheddar cheese base and a talking painting. Very unexpected.
Try an unexpected combination. Very unexpected. The new Slices and Sticks. Cheesy cheddar, pepperoni, cheese sticks, and a delicious cheddar cheese base. Only available at Little Caesars. Order your Slices and Sticks today at any of our locations. Prince Charles in the One East Plaza, Oaksfield Shopping Plaza, Carmichael Road, East Street South in the Pineapple Plaza, and the Charles Sanders Highway.
Pizza. Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Students at the Salvation Army's blind and visually impaired school flaunted their academic prowess today as they were recognized for their impressive achievements. The school hosting its first ever honors award ceremony. Our Corvell Pyfrom was among those in attendance at this special occasion.
Today's award ceremony, the first ever, recognizing the outstanding academic achievement of the students at the Aaron H. Gilmore School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, felt as grand scale as it gets, almost star-studded, you could even say. There was music, and good music at that. And a few selections as well from the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Pop Band. A Hero Within was the theme of today's ceremony. Proud parents, teachers, and administrators who've all played a role in these students' accomplishments. Congratulating the students was Acting Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell, who encouraged them to go further.
Today we celebrate your achievements and we recognize your potential to go further in your educational journey.
There were jokes and laughs with Miss Daisy, who had real talk in her message.
Some people, they can see with their two eyes, good. And they still ain't doing what they need to do. Some people can hear with their ass, good. Some people can walk with their foot good. But they ain't doing what they supposed to do. Why? Because sometimes we don't realize how blessed we are until we check out somebody else.
They've been given what some consider a setback, but have instead turned it into something of a setup to something greater.
This is just the beginning, and there are no limits to what you can achieve if you set your mind to do it.
And achieve, these students have proven they are destined to do. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
Well, congratulations to all those students. It's almost that time again. The 80th iteration of the Bahamas Red Cross Annual Fair is set for April 27th as a one-day event at Arawak Key. Red Cross President Edison Sumner says this year's theme is Towards a Brighter Future, and gates will open at noon. There's a pretty impressive lineup of gospel and secular artists. Sumner is encouraging the public to attend and interested vendors to reach out to the charity.
The fair stands as the longest standing event of its kind in the country, embodying the spirit of compassion and resilience that defines the Bahamas Red Cross Society's mandate. As the primary fundraiser for the Red Cross Society, proceeds from the fair play a vital role in providing essential assistance to every island and every key in times of need. As you know, the Red Cross is here to respond to the vulnerable in our society, not only in response to disaster management, but in everyday needs that arise from members of our society.
Director General of the Red Cross, Alicia Pinder, promises the event will be fun for children and adults while contributing to a worthwhile cause. Chief Superintendent of Police Angela Johnson says police will also ensure a safe environment for attendees.
The 80th presents, as Mr. Sumner said, President Sumner says, it is a legacy in terms of so many memories for generations of Bahamians to come. We want this to continue. We want to continue being an area where everyone can participate and lend to this very worthy cause.
In order to effect our mandate, it is our intention to have officers strategically placed in and around the fairgrounds. We intend to have our patrol units patrol the outside perimeters, and this is being done in order for us to mitigate against criminal activities occurring or the threat or fear of criminal activities.
Nearly 500 would-be entrepreneurs participating in a small business development competition with a walkaway top prize of $15,000 plus other benefits. Our Lloyd Allen has more from the culminating challenge for these budding business owners.
The Small Business Development Center Access Accelerator awarding another major financial injection to one of the country's newest businesses, thanks to its recent boot camp for future entrepreneurs.
Over the past 8 challenges, everyone, I'm not even going to say my teams, but everyone has had the opportunity to understand what it is to start a business.
All of the recipients say they were excited about the learning experience.
Throughout the whole experience, the legal structure really stood out to me because that's something that I didn't factor in with my business.
Well, because we see that there's a saturation in the market, in the Bahamas that is, but a lot of people that make candle is actually sold out. So we figure, people love the scent of candles, but how can we let them interact with candles more, using it as a decor?
Our product is basically packaging the experience of Junkanoo in a box. We conceptualize a Bahamian product. It's a drink, a beverage. It can be diverse into sips or mixers.
We have 2 products. We actually went that way to create 2 products. The first product is your non-traditional cookbook called The Deck, where you have a number of Bahamian recipes curated by our professional chefs. It's a nice way to give a lot of flavors from appetizers, desserts, drinks, and main courses. Our second product is it's a twist on a popular card game that brings a lot of Bahamian Creole and colloquialism inside of it.
Supported by family, friends, investors, and others, the 2-hour competition pushing contestants to pitch their ideas in a number of ways, all done within a limited time.
And each of them have a respective business. They were able to come together, create a product for this ultimate challenge that's unique to them, and be able to launch it not only locally, but they're trying to do it globally.
Team Microchip and its members walking away with $15,000 and a grant to support this or another business. Team leader Barton says going through the 8 challenges has ended with a rewarding experience, both financially and with an enhanced eye for business.
This is something that everybody should be able to partake in or just know about things, because there's so many little things that goes into running a business that you overlook because you're putting on many hats. So having the Access Accelerator put this camp on was very good. So now you can know, wait, I could be a lawyer today, I could be a marketer tomorrow, I could be a content creator.
The recent Shark Tank-style entrepreneur pitch is among the many avenues the SBDC has utilized to equip these business neophytes with the skills to successfully survive in the local and global environment. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Paddling for fun. More than 300 local and international participants, over 100 volunteers and dozens of corporate sponsors met in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera this weekend for a really good time. Aldervis Munnings joins us live in studio with all the details of this year's Bahamas Hope Challenge.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. They rode, ran, and walked. That's what Bahamas Hope Challenge participants did this year along a 100-mile course to raise funds supporting cancer initiatives in the Bahamas. The very event, which began in 2006 as Ride for Hope, has raised more than $4 million to help Bahamians. And it was a moment of a lifetime for participants like British High Commissioner, His Excellency Tom Hartley.
Everywhere you went, there was cowbells and drums and people cheering you on. There was not a better way to do 50 miles. Worst day of my life, but definitely the best way to do it. It was fantastic.
I'm running for my sister Ginny, who actually passed away 2 years ago, and I just love Eleuthera and I want to support.
I had a family member pass away last year, actually, from pancreatic cancer, and I know some of the people who organized the thing, and you know, whether or not you know somebody, it's just a really powerful, important effort. The camaraderie is great. Obviously all the money and fundraising is fantastic, so just honored to be a part of it.
What inspires Bahamas Hope Challenge founders is the tremendous amount of spirit, camaraderie, and lifelong friendships created at this event.
We have cancer survivors participating. We have people who are walking or running or cycling in honor of a loved one who is fighting cancer or who is lost the battle against cancer. And there are a lot of emotional reasons why people are here and happy to be here.
Cancer touches everyone, and sadly we've got a real terrible legacy of high prevalence of breast cancer in the Bahamas in particular. So this is a good event to try and support Bahamians in their fight against cancer.
Two of the Bahamas Hope Challenge flagship programs include the Cancer Treatment Assistance Fund, which helps uninsured Bahamians diagnosed with cancer pay for their treatment, and the Family Island Mammogram Screening Program, which to date has brought, free of charge, more than 3,000 women from the Family Islands right here to Nassau for mammograms. Bahamas Hope Challenge officials say their ultimate goal is all about helping to save Bahamian lives. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you, Makushla.
Oh, great story, Alto. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makushla. We have mostly cloudy skies. Temperature at 78 degrees, relative humidity 81%. The winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,015.0 millibars. That's 29.97 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We protected you. 77 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll Key, and Marshall, Babaco, the Berry Islands 76. Alisson, Bimini 75 degrees. Harbor Island 74. Rock, Sunny, Luttrell 76 degrees, 76 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Camp Spade, South Andros, and Black Point, Exuma at 78, 77s in San Salvador, Rumkey, and Otterstown, Cat Island, Georgetown, Exuma, 78 degrees in Rygut Island, Clarence Island, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Ackland, so Mercury Column just around 79 degrees, 80 degrees in Machitani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Dow King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwestern Islands tonight through tomorrow, those winds will remain light and variable. Wave heights 1 to 3 feet. And your low tide will occur at 9:16 tonight with another low tide at 10:27 tomorrow morning. In the Central Islands through Wednesday, southeast winds, not too bad, 10 to 15 knots with the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. But in the southeast Bahamas, we have a caution flags in place. Those winds will be southeast at 12 to 18 knots and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Then as we take you into Thursday, the winds continue light and variable for the northwestern islands with a low tide taking place at 11:23 in the morning with a high tide 5:14 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern parts of the country, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Molly Gray, your boat, need it bailing out. Get a sailorman sound. Molly Gray, your boat, need it bailing out.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, the extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Williams back with a special promotion from BahamasAir.com and GoGo Florida. The $100 deposit is back, but it's only on your debit card. So whether you're renting that sedan, SUV, or spacious minivan for group or family trips, keep your cash in your pocket. Only Dollar Thrifty is making it convenient for you. Your $100 deposit held on your debit card. Available at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Book your 8-passenger minivan for Jazz in the Gardens and save.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Well, swimming starting us off as we are at crunch time now. Literally, we can count the days. That's when hundreds of elite aquatic athletes, their coaches, families, and supporters from across the region arrive right here in the Bahamas for more than a week of Carifta aquatic competition. Now, the Bahamas with a lot at stake here as the host country. We're also looking to hold on to our title as Carifta champions for a 7th consecutive show out of these games. Our athletes hard at work. They're ready to get into the water, but the $64,000 question is still, will the facilities at the National Stadium, where the aquatic events are scheduled to take place, be ready in time? Works Minister Clay Sweeting seems to think they will be.
We have solidified the work that needs to be done. We have the timelines, and the ministry is working very aggressively, almost 24 hours a day to get it done. But I'm fairly certain that we'll be ready for Carifta.
Now, crews, like the minister said, are working around the clock in hopes of getting those facilities ready ahead of the March 28th kickoff as Carifta Aquatics takes place. It'll feature water polo, open water, and swimming right next door. There's also work taking place at the track where athletes will be participating in the IAAF World Relays in less than 2 months. Either way, the Ministry of Works has its hands full. But again, Minister Sweeting assuring the stadium will be ready to host these 2 big events.
I couldn't give percent because it's a continuous movement, it's different elements. So you have the pool, you have the covering and all of that, the track. So it's simultaneous. So you have Mundo doing the track there, preparing the track, and we have the Chinese government assisting with the roofing repairs there. But it'll be ready.
Now, obviously, the loss of the use of the Betty Kelly Kenning Swim Complex has had some impact on the swim community as they now look for new ways to prepare for competition with Carifta swim trials and the championships themselves fast approaching. Amajal Knowles takes a look at one swim club as they navigate their way through the obstacles.
With the Carifta swim trial set for this weekend at the pool at King's College, swimmers throughout the country are locked in and ready to secure their spots on the Bahamas' team that will try and secure their 6th straight Carifta swim title here at home. Not as easy of a task, though, this year with the extensive renovations to the National Aquatic Center. But for Mako Aquatic swim coach Geronimo McPhee and his team have ensured that they keep their athletes honed in and focused on the job at hand.
Yeah, obviously it's a different year for all of us, right? We're not used to not being able to swim long course. Obviously Carifta is a long course meet, so it's always good to have that experience and that chance to race long course a little bit more than we have this year. But like I said, we have tried our best to block out the distractions that has been around. Talking about the long course pull down. The kids won't be ready. Our seniors have done a good job here at Mako, especially with the younger ones, keeping them focused every day, coming to the pool, and like I say, not letting that become a distraction, right?
Despite a lack of access to the facilities at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center, McPhee says he, along with other coaches, have used swim meets abroad to keep their swimmers laser sharp.
Bahamas has done a good job, trying to keep our kids engaged throughout the whole swim season. We've had some swim meets that we've been able to travel away. I think the majority of the Bahamas was at the Azura meet in January, which gave the kids exposure of some long course, getting up and racing. And again, I felt we did well, right? So, even with all the noise, talking about, not having the aquatic center right now, I feel the Bahamas is ready.
And for Carifta veteran Tristan Ferguson and Carifta hopeful Giada Bertoldo, they will certainly be ready for this weekend as practices over the past few weeks have certainly intensified.
Coming into the year, he told us that our practice was going to be hard,
So coming close to the trials, we know it's going to get really intense. Coming into like the last few meets before trials, and then coming into Carifta, I know practice is going to get even harder. We started doubles more often, and then he's working on techniques, turns, starts, breakouts, everything possible.
It's been getting more difficult, yeah, but I mean, with my teammates, it makes it better. I feel motivated. I feel better now that hopefully we're starting taper soon, and yeah, I'm excited actually.
Again, the Carifta Swimming Championships is set for March 28th to April 7th. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
And the New Province Volleyball Association with 2 ladies games on the schedule last night. In the opener, the Lady Panthers took down the Lady Techs in straight sets, 25-16, 25-15, and 25-18. In the feature game, Lady Warhawks and the UB Mingos, they battled down to the bitter end. Lady Warhawks able to pull off the 5-set win here, 25-21, 18-25, 25-13, 14-25, and 15-13. And finally, from bowling, the Journey ISOT Bowling League, they had their J22 championships this past Sunday at the Point Lanes on West Bay Street. Now, taking the title was CQ the Barbara Johnson with a 676 score. Janice Hoyt was second with 668, and Henry Theophil was third with 664. And that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Tuesday. Our Tuesday weather forecast just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have a surface trough moving eastward across the northwestern parts of the country, and that will trigger 1 to 2 passing showers over parts of the northwest Bahamas during the course of the night. Meanwhile, there's an area of low pressure developing in the eastern Gulf of Mexico that will continue moving towards the east, moving across the northwest Bahamas on the middle of the week sometime on Wednesday, and that will increase the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. Tonight, though, partly cloudy, 72 degrees for your low, and tomorrow it's going to be periods of clouds and sunshine with a couple of thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Your high temperature tomorrow, 80 degrees, and the extended weather forecast. We're going to have showers in the forecast through Wednesday into Thursday. Things start to dry out as we head into the weekend. Beautiful weather through the weekend, but those daytime temperatures, they're going to remain in the upper 70s to low 80s. So the days are going to be somewhat toasty, but those nighttime temperatures will continue to reside in the low 70s. Makisha?
Well, thanks, Basil. And just in a few days, rather, before we spring forward. That means that on Sunday, we'll lose an hour of sleep as we set our clocks ahead. And that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.